just tuned in, welcome to Tax FM 107.2 with Lenanza. We have now our special guest in studio, the one guest that we've been anticipating for the longest time. We have the coolest kid in Africa,
Hey.
Nice to see you in studio. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thanks. I'm going to start off, the interview by just asking you something that's, I hope you haven't been asked before, ever, wherever you've been.
Okay.
How was your day today?
Oh man, it's been cool. I've been very busy the whole day, but it's been cool. It's been really good.
Aight.
Thank you for asking me.
Let me ask you something, actually. Maybe you don't know this, or you won't know this. But when you blew, or let me say your breakout year in 2016, for 6 months, you indirectly made me famous. Because for 6 months, people would come up to me in stores, at Menlyn, on campus. Yo, bro, do you know you look like Nasty C? People would breathe on me in Woolies. I was on people's snaps. I was like, geez. So it made me wonder, what's the craziest thing you've experienced since you became famous?
Craziest thing I've experienced. Damn. It's a lot of crazy things that happened, but I think the craziest is when there was a stranger in my house.
A stranger in your house?
Yeah.
That's awkward.
It was a stranger to me.
Yeah.
Not to the person that brought it. But I was asleep and
What did you do?
The first thing I saw and heard when I woke up was just like her unveiling me.
Oh,
I
wow.
was asleep and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Am I in heaven? Is this an angel?
So speaking about that as well, do you think, is fame what you thought it was going to be before you became famous, or is it a whole different ballgame?
No, I guess it kind of is. I've always watched like interviews of like my favorite rappers and stuff, and they always like highlight the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same.
Okay, so I want to ask, in terms of your sound, I want to just ask, what would you say, or how would you describe your creative process when you are maybe compiling a song, something as little as a song, a single, or like a huge project?
It differs at times. Sometimes like I just start with the beat and I just start freestyling and then whatever catches. And then sometimes like I get a beat like sent to me probably like on WhatsApp and I'll be like on the road, on a flight or whatever. And then I'll just like listen to it and write something like an idea. And then when I get to the studio, just type it. Unless I'm making the beat, then obviously I make the beat, like the hook and then the beat.
No, shout out.
So, or for me, I'm going to take 3 projects. Let me take it from Price City, let me take Bad Hair / Bad Hair Extensions, and Strings and Bling. What was your mindset like for the 3 projects? Because they're definitely like 3 different projects. Like
You started at Price City?
Price City, that's before the game, I can say.
Okay, part of my voice, by the way, is shouting the whole day.
It's all good.
Okay, Price City, I was in high school. Obviously, there was like this whole puberty thing going on. Me trying to figure out who I was as a person, who I wanted to be as an artist.
Yeah.
Having everybody that's like close to me kind of not believing what I'm doing and just looking at it as a hobby. So like going through that, like those challenges or whatever. And like having a little bit of a buzz, so I'm feeling myself like I'm on the tracks. I'm coming off as if I know I'm the best.
You did.
But I did it. It was just a uplifter for myself, right? Like if I hear myself speaking good about myself, I'm obviously going to become that someday, or just like end up believing it. So that was like the whole Price City thing, and just me going through like the struggles of being an upcoming artist, where sometimes you paying to be on stage, or you performing for free, things like that. So I was just expressing those things, but like putting them in like a different, like a metaphor, so to say, just to make like the whole Price City story sound interesting. So that's Price City. Bad Hair, I was a bit more comfortable with like my creativity, so I didn't mind doing a whole song where I'm just like singing and there's like no rapping.
Like Squad Goals. Squad Goals is very different.
Like Squad Goals, Overload,
yeah,
that type of stuff. So starting to be a bit more open, a bit more experimental. It was pretty cool. There was nothing too deep about it. There was a couple songs that were deep, obviously, like You Okay, that's a song for my mother.
Yeah.
The Star Is Born for my father, but everything else is pretty much just like me having fun.
Yeah.
And I just moved to Joburg also. That was like my 2nd or 3rd year in Joburg. Probably like my 2nd year. And then you said Strings and Bling.
Strings and Bling, yeah.
Strings and Bling is like I'm at a whole different level as a person and as an artist. So as a person, obviously with all this traveling and all the people that I get to meet and all the like the two-faced type of people that I meet, I learn a lot, right? Like from going through those experiences and whatever and I learned a lot as a person. I started reading a lot. did a lot of research about just like self-development and all that type of stuff. So as a person, I'm sharp.
Yeah.
And as an artist, I'm getting to work with like
Craziest names.
Yeah, you know
Dope
what I mean?
people, yeah.
And that kind of grew me also. It kind of broadened my perspective when it comes to music. Now I'm not just making the same type of music. I'm not afraid to jump on like a gospel beat, try to twist it a little bit.
Yeah.
So with those two combined, I feel like it'll make you a good artist, and a good project is bound to come out of it. For sure. Yeah.
So I've got a question. It's almost on a lighter note. So I like to think of it as 3 Nasty albums, 3 different hairstyles. So you've got the Nasty C with the normal fade, the nice hairstyle. Then you've got the Nasty C with dreadlocks, and then you got the Nasty C with blonde dreadlocks. It's
Super
almost like
Saiyan Nasty.
it's like Super Saiyan Nasty. It's almost like a young thug as well. When he goes blonde, it's a different young thug. Would you say that your different hairstyles influence the type of music you're going to be making, releasing?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I just like doing what I like to do. So my favorite artist has dreadlocks, and like Wayne's been my favorite artist since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted dreadlocks, and I have the worst hair. Like it'll never naturally lock up and look that dope. So I just got the dreadlocks now, and so whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I started getting like experimental with them, honestly. I started dyeing them, twisting them, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a phase, or it didn't influence my music.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
but
got over it one day, and I was like, I'm cutting this
At least you tried it.
but what about bad hair? Is the name from the fact that you have bad hair?
Yes.
If I may say so.
That's why I have the block is right.
So now I want to ask, because you're now part of this, whole industry in South Africa, this hip hop culture thing going on. So I want to ask, as a South African artist, what would you say, or how would you describe the state of South African hip hop at the moment?
I like it, and for me it's like I'm not really on the outside looking in, so I don't really have like a clear image of what's really going on. I don't know who's crews with who and who's who in the zoo. I don't know none of that stuff. I'm always in like my own little space, working with my people, and every now and then we cross bridges to work with the other artists and that. So from where I'm sitting, everything looks dope. Like I like how people are really like switching up their flows. People are not afraid to try autotune. Autotune was always looked at as like, so I'm by unique. People are not afraid to do that right now. They're getting more experimental with their stuff. Right now they're making music that they can perform. And I feel like we always had a bit of a problem with like making music that lives on stage. Some dope songs that you can listen to in the car at home, but when it comes to watching them perform, it's just like, do you want to go
What's
get a refill?
happening?
And then, like, you know what I mean? And right now, you could stay and just like watch a random artist from South Africa that you don't even know, and you'd enjoy the performance.
Yeah.
So for me, coming from like where I'm standing, it's dope. I love it.
No, shout out.
And on that note, obviously you're on the Iverson tour. You perform at 012 Central tomorrow on the 18th. Taxifib is giving away tickets, but the lineup for Iverson tour is very versatile. Like, speaking about the game, there's people like Hash, there's people like Foka, Luna, D. Like, how did the lineup come about?
It's just people that I mess with, and sometimes it'll be like they'll see the way I react to a certain song or a certain artist, and they'll be like, okay, he F's with them, okay, go fight. It's that type of thing. But like, there's different genres also.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just make sure we cater for the crowd properly.
Yeah. So now I want to ask a question, right? I did my research, all right?
Yeah.
You had an interview with Slicker, and you said you were planning on busting some dance moves on tour. Can we expect some dance moves? Can you see expect some dance moves
Do you guys
tomorrow?
know Robo Boy?
Yeah.
You know Robo Boy, right? Yeah, me and him came up with something for Godflow. I do it like
Hey.
Routine.
it's pretty crazy.
Alright, I feel like
I
after
don't
this
do that much because I want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
But I try, and it looks really dope on camera. I
Yeah.
must say, it looks dope. I'm making an effort, man.
Okay,
One
so
day I'll be.
content. Okay, so
Chris
now
Brown must watch out.
So now that we know that, besides the fact that you're going to be busting some moves, which I can't wait to see, I want to know what's going to be different about this one, because you had one last year as well in 2017. So what's going to be different about this particular one that's happening on Friday?
Well, one, it's never been to Pretoria. So that's pretty dope. That's got me amped. Two is just like, I've grown, like as I was saying, I've grown as an artist, so obviously my stage presence right now is at like its peak. more than it's ever been in my during my entire career. So when I'm on stage, I'm not afraid to take those little breaks and really converse with the crowd. I'm not afraid to perform some of the songs that people love from the album because they were not singles. Like you never really hear them playing at the club or da. And fans really do want that. They want you to perform like the songs that really hit them, deep. So right now, I'm not afraid to do that type of stuff. I really enjoy doing it actually. I'm breaking down a lot of my songs because a lot of my songs have been living for like 4 years. So obviously I have to change them up a little bit just so it doesn't feel like it's the same song you've heard like 1,000 times. Yeah. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of my friends I'm performing with also. You're just gonna see me have fun on stage, man. That's all you're gonna see. It's like, I'm gonna be as comfortable as anybody can be just having fun on stage.
But so what are the skills though, that you've learned like from the years you performed? Because you're saying this is probably your peak. Yeah. I remember seeing you at Castle Lights on Locks, I think it's 2016. Yeah. So, and
was I just jumping on stage?
No, you weren't jumping, but you were very confident. I remember you were very confident, you were quite assured in a very like big like setting. Yeah. So if that for me, I remember being like, yo, nah, that man, like he has it, and that's like you bubbling up. Mm-hmm. So what did you learn from that right now? That's different now?
Okay, so then being so new in the game, I knew it's like, okay, cool, this is my shot right now to convince everyone in the crowd that I'm at least worth going home and say, yo, who's that kid that just after that? So when I came out, I was all about just like this energy and just like maintaining that energy. So all I would do on stage is just jump up and down and scream and just like that over and over again. But right now, like I've learned that it's important to take those breaks and really pull people into your world, because every single song that you're performing might hit different to every single person. So it takes them to different universes, So a song to me that I might just look at as like a love song, like a song like Mrs. Me, might be how a couple in the crowd met. Yeah. So it's important to take that little second and just like appreciate the women in the crowd, speak to them, speak about like what's going on right now in South Africa, and bring them back to reality, so that when the song hits, it's like they're there already. Yeah. I've learned just stuff like that, small things, but they make a hell of a difference.
With performing on stage, like you said, you started off like with just the mic, and now obviously the bigger you get and the more you've been performing, would you say you're paying a lot more attention and you're getting more involved into the production of your shows, instead of just a mic, but now there's actual maybe dancers, there's pyro and all of that?
Hell yeah. These are just the things you inevitably learn about as you get more involved in like creating a show versus just music. So like I'm obviously learning a lot about that, but I've tried a lot of it, like the whole dances thing and the whole band thing. I've tried it so many times that I've never really liked it as much as I like just my mic and a good sound and people that pay attention to me and like an opportunity for me to really like bring my songs to life. So I've learned about all the other stuff. I've learned about it. I just like the fire. I just like fire, steam. That's all I want. And bass. Just give me that.
A lot of bass.
I want to know, how do you prepare like for a set or a gig? For instance, if you backstage, the last few things that you do just before getting on stage. Yeah. Some people drink tea, some people take shots. Some people
sometimes, if I'm at a club, like I'll take a shot.
Yeah. Of what?
That's like
of what? This is what we judge. We judge the kind of man that you are.
This is where I teach you guys a little bit about business. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say because they don't pay me. Oh. But I'd probably take a shot at a club or whatever. But if I'm at like a show or my show, I'll probably just drink some water. My in-ears are on, so nobody's like speaking to me because I can't hear nothing. Mm-hmm. So I have like my own little silent moment. I might just like go over like the first couple minutes of like my entrance, because that's like, I feel like that's like one of the most important parts of a performance, like how you come in, so people are, oh, that's how you come in, type thing. So I go through that in my head, and then once I get on stage and that first 3 minutes is done, I'm in there already. So I don't have like a routine where I like meditate.
Say a little prayer.
I wish I remembered to pray more. I do pray every time I remember, but most of the time it's just nerves drunk in and I'm just like, oh, let's do it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, okay? So, going back to the mindset, you recently released Godflow's Vision Crown, yeah.
He's right there, by the way.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
Marcus was actually saying you had the best verse, but you wouldn't get spazzed on the team.
You went in, crazy.
So, what is that leading up to, though? And what mindset are you in, like, right now?
Mindset-wise, I'm in a lot of different zones at different times. But I'm really just like trying to round up the album, so I'm putting in like my last push, my last minute effort, and that type of stuff. That's as far as mentality goes. it comes to like music, I have so much music. Like, I just want to drop as many songs as I can before I really want people to pay attention to like the album.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna drop the album this year anymore. I'm gonna drop it first quarter, second quarter next year. So in between this whole space, I'm gonna give you guys like, probably give you covers, I'll give you freestyles, all types of, like, I'm just gonna feed you guys music right now.
Yeah.
Godflow is just another one that's just in the bag.
Just in the bag,
It's
just
not a
chilling.
single, none of that. I just pulled it out. It was like,
And like with Godflow, you guys definitely went hard with that to the point where it's on 2 different playlists on Apple Music, Mzansi Hip Hop and also Rap Life. And the good thing about Rap Life is that it's also international as well.
Yeah.
So that means you've got a fan base
Yeah.
overseas. So when is Iverson Tour gonna touch Coachella?
hey, I hope in like a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't want it to come too soon where it's like people don't know me and I'm just doing it because, no. I hope it's in like 2 years because I have quite a good little strategy that we've set up with my team for like next year, and a lot of it like consists of breaking out. So once that happens next year, and then we give them like 1 more year to digest the music and really understand what I'm about. Next year after that, so
Hey.
yeah, so.
No, thank you so much for joining us. But before we let you go, there's this strategic question we want to ask you about having the hottest song in the country and...
Yeah, so I was actually asking someone who is on the lineup actually, Bruno Florentino, and I was like, if you had the chance to ask and ask you one like question, what would it be? And immediately he was like, listen, you have 1,000 rand, no PC, no clout, no label. How do you get that song to the masses?
the hottest song in the country.
Easy. I did that without the 1,000.
You know what it is.
Send it however you must, bro. My days it was BBM, Bluetooth, data file host.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I did that to the core. Like every single day, almost like 10 times a day, I'm in your face. I'm sending the broadcast messages on BBM.
Yeah.
I'm getting people to share my pin so I get more context. Like, just work, bro. If you want your success to be that same amount that you see in your head,
Yeah.
equal that to the same amount of work that you're gonna have to put in to make that a reality. This is that easy.
No, shout out. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a
Appreciate it.
spectacular time. You are a dope person when we listen to you, when we see you, whatever. So shout out to that. Otherwise, it's still Tax FM if you just tune in with Lenanza.